What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And I'm just running a couple minutes behind having to get everything set up for the show tonight because I want to have a good episode for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about taking back your own narrative. What does that mean? That means take control mentally of your situation. Like, yes, Bitcoin has been on a path going downwards for several months. We cannot deny that. But at this tipping point that we are at right now, we face several different scenarios. Okay. There is resistance at 42,000. I'm not going to lie. There is a nice level of resistance right there. But we have overcame that before and came to 48,000. The real game changing resistance and bull run commencing is going to be at 50K. How do we get back to 50K from where we're at right now? That is the question we need to think about before we go any further. Before we decide to make trades, before we sell, before we buy, we need to think about where is this market heading and what are we going to do about it? Well, first off, it's all about mindset when it comes to crypto. All right, there's no way that we're going to go to 50K unless you guys believe we're going to go to 50K. Do you know on the first time that we went up above 50K, it was a psychological level, just like it is now. That's why we're stuck here. It's not because Bitcoin cannot continue going forward. It is because we don't think it can. Imagine if Hal Finney didn't think that two pizzas were worth however many Bitcoin he got. Since he had it in his mind that these Bitcoin were going to be worth pizza and that he would pay them for it. And he would put money into that. Well, first off, before we can even come to 50K, we have to realize that we can get back up there, that the bull market is not over in our minds. If it's over in our minds, it's going to be over in the real world eventually, because that's the way we're going to make it. Why do you think there's a fear and greed index? You think that's just because we like to know when we're fearful and when we're greedy? No, it's the mindset. Crypto is all about mindset. And so why is a bull run game-changing scenario at 50K? That's not a new all-time high. Why does 50K even matter? It's all psychological, baby. The 60K psychological barrier is nothing compared to the 50K for some reason. It's probably because it's half 100,000. That's when you start to get to like, man, you could like almost buy a house for this Bitcoin. You know, like it's starting to get up there in the crazy high range. So people are like, oh, it can't be worth that much. That's where we get to this. Boom. So we're going to go look at the fear and greed index. We're going to look at the things that can tell us where the mindset of the market is, right? Everyone wants you to think right now, the market, everything with it, keep on dumping on us and keep on, going up and down, real volatile. Volatility is good if we move one way or another, not just sideways volatility. That kind of sucks. That's the worst kind of volatility, the sideways kind. So let's go in and look at a couple things, see where we're at. We're going to do some technical analysis with Bitcoin. We're going to kind of see where we're at in the market. We're going to look at some altcoins tonight, and we're going to kind of just take control of what we're doing. And it's easy to say, but harder to do. Well, first off, you have to have a good game plan. Okay, let's just look where Bitcoin is, 40,899. Okay. Well, now let's go and look at that thing we were just talking about, the fear and greed index, but I want Bitcoin. So BTC. All right, here we go. Where are we at right now? Ooh, so we finally made it up into this neutral range. And that is when we almost took 50K again. We just couldn't get over the fear. This is what's wrong with the market right now, is there's too much fear. And if you're a long-term trader, you know that fear goes away, right? Or at least most of it does. So if you're thinking I'm in this for a month, your fear level is going to be, so just look at it this way. The longer you're in crypto for, like your mindset, say, I'm in this for like 4 to 10 years, I'm good to go. I want to make money, but I'm not, trying to get rich overnight, because most of the time that doesn't happen. I'm realistic. I know if I put my money in this for the long run, then your fear goes way down. Your greed, you're actually right in the middle when you do that. That actually puts you right in this box because you're not scared anymore, but you're not really greedy. Because if you're greedy, then you put more money in for the short term. So this is actually a good place to be right here, not in the market, but for you and I. The market when this thing says that's we want it over here in the green, and we don't want it over here. But I'm just saying your mindset. Take this as we're saying this is our mindset right now. We're afraid of losing money. That what else are you afraid in Bitcoin? You're not afraid it's going to come and eat your feet when you sleep, right? Like you're afraid it's going to lose you money. So that's where the fear comes in, and also that's where the greed comes in. And you're like, oh, I made 1,000, I'm going to make 10,000 now. Like I understand that because I've been there myself. But you got to find yourself somewhere in your mindset in this yellow range with green thoughts, but realistic moves for the long term. So if we come into a red, see, most of the time when we're in the green, you'll be up here. But when we go into the red, the cool part is you only go here. You don't go into the fear part. You go into the middle part where you're just like, okay, I'm neutral now. Whatever is going on, whatever. But you never actually go over into this fear part, which is where you lose money. People lose money in fear. This is where wealth is gained. When people are fearful, I'm purchasing. This is when I buy. When this thing goes into the red, that's when I'm really buying. But orange still could be a good place depending on the market. Okay. Now, take control of your fear and greed. Have a long-term goal. If you're in crypto just for the short term, you're not going to be that successful. You can win one or two. You're going to lose a lot though. Unless you can learn to take those short terms and turn them into a long term if needed. That is what my trick is, and I've never lost. Unless I intentionally wanted to get out of something. I can't say I've never lost on a trade, but I've very rarely had realized losses. I think I've had like 2 realized losses, and that's because I was scared. Oh, why did I ever had a realized loss? Fear. So as long as we can take control of our mind state, we can control our own narrative. Which what wrestler used to say that? Oh, EC3, control your narrative. But for real, you can control it with your mind state and the way that you trade. Now let's go put this into real world action. Okay, how do we do this and put it to work for us? How do we get our mindset to the place where it needs to be? Well, as you see, the big uptrend is now gone. And it acts as a resistance now. So this is why I say this is going to be the biggest area in crypto history. I'm not just blabbing out my mouth, guys. Like, I know there's a lot of clickbait out there, but this is real right now. Like, we really need to break this $50,000 barrier. And that's what it's going to be when we go back up, like 50 grand, like right there. If we go up right now, boom, it'll touch 50K and break this upward trending resistance now, which was support, because it goes all the way back to the beginning of the bull market. So bull run continues if we move back above this. But we have resistance of 42K right now. That has always been our resistance. 42K, we get above that, 46K, right? Then we hit about 49K, 48 and 49. But for right now, 42 is our big resistance, and it's even going to keep us down the 41 range. So what I want to do is I want to zoom in and get a little bird's eye view of the situation that we have here. Now, we do have all of our indicators out already, which is good. The EMA 9 is at 40,906. We are above that right now. Good. So the EMA 21, we're below 41. See, that's going to be our resistance right here. These two, the 50 and the 21, right at 42. These are big resistance. I didn't even have to look at this to know that. Like, I'm pretty in tune with Bitcoin right now in crypto. Like, when I'm in a good mood and my things are going good and like I can really concentrate and give you guys the best of what I got, and that's when we come up with stuff like this. I was telling you yesterday, I said internet computers at the bottom. Well, the little time frames are looking good. This would be a good time to purchase. It did go down to like 15 something right here, which I said Always for your long-term purchases, have some buy orders in it, like 1560, 1570, all the way down. Boom. And you would have got a good purchase there. So that's good. If you bought internet computer yesterday, it's up to almost $17 now. So it's looking pretty good. Things are pretty decent right now. Crypto is starting to recover. Bitcoin had a weird day, and it affected all the other cryptos. But I really think that was the slingshot we need. As you see, this candlestick wick says that we're going to move to the upside. Remember these? So hopefully there's that. All right. Now let's go to the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour and we can see if we're bullish on the smaller time frames. And as you can, whoa, sorry about that. As you can see, yes, we are. Boom. And this candlestick was right because, boom, we're moving up. So that's why I really pay attention to these candlestick wicks. Now they're saying we're going to go down from here. But the cool thing is we are above all of those. We are above the EMA 50, the EMA 21, and the EMA 9. And we're right around volume friendly too. So things are actually looking pretty darn good in Bitcoin right now. A lot of volume came in earlier. So that's what happens when you get these dumps. I don't know why there wasn't a lot of volume that came in right here at the lowest, but someone decided they were going to put a lot of volume in right here nonetheless. And it's actually testing us on the EMA 50. We are above it right now, but that's going to be a nice level on the shorter time frame. Now let's go to the hour, and we can kind of see we have a bit of an ascending triangle happening here. Depending on, if you look at it like that, it's not really, not really an ascending triangle, actually. It's just, it isn't going straight across enough. So, if you went all the way back here, it would actually kind of be an ascending triangle breakout. If you did it like that. And then this. But that was just a little area right there that it broke out all the way back there. So I guess it does count, kind of. It's like an ascending wedge breakout already. So then this line should be a good support level. So we have some good support up here. Even going back over here before the dump, you see, and they love doing this. They love to dump it and then pump it right afterwards. It's the Bitcoin hammer, but it looks like they used the Bitcoin hammer on the weekly this time. I think they were trying it out to see if they did it further apart, if it would still keep the altcoins down. And if you actually go look at the altcoins, they're doing really crappy right now. They're doing okay. It didn't affect it as much as the daily Bitcoin hammer does. So the weekly, I don't think that's a Bitcoin hammer, but the Bitcoin hammer on the daily is true. And I will argue with that. And I want it named after me because it's a real thing. And people are going to eventually be like, hey, yeah, that's something right there. Then I want the credit for that. So, Bitcoin is doing some crazy stuff right now. But as we go further into crypto and we have to break these levels, we have to have a mindset of, yes, we wanted to break it. We have to have a plan in case if it doesn't. Being realistic, man, that's what you need to do. You have to have a plan. You hope, you put everything in, to making your mindset good and believing that Bitcoin can go higher and higher. And that's the only way it does go higher is if it's kind of like ant pheromone. I love this analogy. It's like ant pheromones. When they start to do something, it's kind of like a democracy. And the ants, if they have like a campaign and they want others to join, they'll waft the pheromones. And so we need to waft happy pheromones to other people of crypto. It's all right, man. Don't worry. These corrections are normal. Bitcoin in the long term, think of it like that, will all make money if you just calm down and let it happen and just, let's go up. Forget the FUD, forget everything out there. Little price dumps, accumulate more, be smart about it, and we can go to the moon. But it's all about having that collective mindset. And that is why I think social media is the way to go for that. Like influencers suck in a way though, guys. I'm like, because a lot of them are self entitled or self driving. That is what's different in my channel than all the other ones. Yeah, do I want to make money to survive and to take care of the people I care about, like in the future, and like to prepare for a family? Yeah, but other than that, like I don't have a desire to be famous. I don't have a desire to be rich. I do have a desire to be never worrying about money though. Like that is something, yeah, I desire not to have to struggle. The struggle's real, man. And it'd be nice in the latter part of my life if I don't have to struggle for money. And how do we do that? How do we prepare ourselves for that? Well, I'm mentally preparing myself right now so that if I do get a lot of money, I'm not just going to go out and buy nice cars, nice jewelry, fancy dinners and stuff, that I'm actually going to know how to put my money to work. And that's the good thing about when you learn about crypto and investing and you make money with it, you can understand what to do with the rest of your money, at least to make it last longer. Because the thing I'm doing right now is a lot of the money that I make is going for my daily life. Like I never have to really worry about stuff because of crypto. If I ever need anything, like say I went a little over budget for the week and I'm hungry and I want to have a nice dinner. Well, I can always go to my crypto and be like, let's have a nice dinner then. And that's the cool thing. You'll never be broke if you have crypto. I'm not saying use it for that, but I'm not going to lie. Every now and again, I've sold a little bit of Bitcoin to go have like something special for me. Like if the Bitcoin was doing good, all other crypto really wasn't. I just sell a little bit to go have fun or something. That's if I don't have money. I'm not saying that's all the time, but sometimes that's the cool thing. It's like you're never broke. So that's the cool thing about crypto as well. Is like you can cash it like that. It's liquid. You can at any time I can go sell all of my crypto on Coinbase if I want, all of it. Have it in my bank account in 2 minutes with the Express thing. Dude, I swear, as soon as I press that button, the Express one, it's right in my bank account. Like as soon as I press the button. So that's the cool part. It's like boom. If I need money, boom, it's right there. So, and the cool thing is knowing that you don't really use it as much. You're like, I know it's there. I know if I need it, like an emergency happens, boom, I'm covered. You don't have to worry about a credit card and going into debt. Like you have that money there. So we got to change our mindsets, man. You deserve more. I'm letting you guys know you deserve more. God wants to give you more. You deserve more. The harder you work, the more you'll get, man. I've noticed I put in a lot of work this last year, and I was start like that. If you guys watch my channel, I was getting very frustrated for a little while. I put so much work into this channel and this crypto, and I wasn't getting anywhere with the big crypto YouTubers trying to fit in, because I guarantee it, if they would have let me in the big YouTuber scene, I probably would be at 100,000 subscribers right now. I'm not gonna lie. I knew that was the case, and I've had to earn everything in my life, so why should this be any different? And I guarantee I wouldn't be as proud of myself or feel as accomplished if I wouldn't have done this on my own. If someone would have just shouted me out and I got 50,000 subscribers, I would have just kind of not. It wouldn't have felt like I earned it as much. So that's where we have to, start with ourselves. We have to think we deserve it first. You start with your mind, man. And that is the one thing. That's why I really like Carl from the Moon, because of those things that he said. And that's the main reason why he inspired me, because he's always saying, imagine it, dream it. If you can write it out and you can imagine it, you can accomplish it. And that's one thing I'm really about mindset. And that's spiritual too. Like God has a lot for you. You just have to take it sometimes, man. Satan will, or whatever it is, whether I'm not trying to go spiritual. I'm just saying any bad thing is because someone's trying to take it from you. Some evil or some force wants it more than you do, or wants what you have. And so that's the thing. You just have to keep going. And if you keep going, eventually that's going to stop. They're going to be like, man, we can't touch this guy. He's so focused, he's so driven. We can get behind that instead of, all these people coming at you. You're having friendships build. And that's where I'm at right now, is I'm meeting cool people in the industry. I can't wait to do some face-to-face stuff, now that it isn't really over yet, but things are starting to come back to normal in the world. I really want to meet some of my crypto people, man. So my people are WWE people. Always get along with them. All those live events, just they're my people, man. And crypto people, just are my people. You know, we understand crypto, and so I love events like that. So hopefully there will be some coming to the area. If not, I'm going to be flying to Miami, and I just need to know when they are. It's like I always find out about the events like when all the other influencers are there. Like I already see them like taking pictures. I'm like, I didn't even know there was a Bitcoin event. So I know there is a Bitcoin 2023 that is going to happen, which I'm probably going to get a ticket for that. I just got to be there, man. These kind of events are awesome. But so we're going to be facing 50K, I believe. Let's go look at some time frames here so that we can see when we're going to actually, when I really think we're going to be facing the 50K again. As you see on the 1 hour, we are oversold right now, right there, 69. What we want to do is go out to the day. Actually, let's go to the 3 day. Okay. Ooh. Wow. This 3 day, huh? Okay. Let's kind of look at this. Okay. 41.8. The RSI is super undersold. Okay. So, anyway, let's go look time frame wise. I'm saying by May 22nd. May 22nd. Before then, or during then, or by then, we are going to see Bitcoin test this level. Whether it breaks out or not, I don't know. But we are going to go up and test this level again by May 22nd. Why? How do I get that? I'm just counting all of the individual spaces between these and kind of averaging them out. And so we're looking at about May 22nd before the peak of it. So we'll probably start somewhere around May 10th and then by May 22nd to be up here. That's just my opinion on where I see the market heading. That is not, that's no logical, like technical analysis. That's just my speculation on what I see here in my brain and, in the way that the patterns are, kind of in my subconscious. I really think by May 22nd. Now don't go be putting your money in on that because I said that because but I'm pretty spot on when it comes to those things like that. I don't know. It's a risk either way, not financial advice. Just I really think we're going to go test this very, very soon within the next month or so. It's time. And I think we're going to break it. So this is the top of the level that we've been to. And it's really, really significant if you look at it all the way back through here. You see this? This is a massive, massive level going all the way back. They always go and touch this level. This is a big level throughout the whole bull run. This level right here. And it's even bigger now. So and then these two intersected right here. That's kind of funny to look at right here. The upward trending line and the big resistance, they overlapped right here. So this would have been a good place to break out because it would have kept us above the line, right? Or put us back above the line. And that's where we need to go. The farther out we go, the higher the line goes and the higher it's going to take to break out of it. So that's the thing. We need to do it really fast. We're going to come into some big resistance at 46, 47 again, but then at 50 is going to be the massive. So things are not looking too bad in crypto. Now we're going to go and do some chatting. We're going to do some live chat. And then if you guys want to talk about any kind of crypto, now is the time. If not, we're just going to kind of make shorter videos. We're going to try to keep it like a half hour, 45 minutes. And I'm hoping that King Love can do timestamps for me in videos. I can pay a little bit of dough for that since you're always here. I mean, you might as well get paid for, being at every single live stream. If it's only $10 a week, still it's better. It's $40 a month just for being here. I don't know. Think about it, man. But what is he saying? Did you see Six Figs video about how ICP futures trading be responsible for the price fall after listing? That's not what I got from the video, but I did see the video that you're talking about. What he was saying is basically that after it was listed, the price of Bitcoin had constantly been going down. And it would just have been a bad time to list any token because of where the market was at. If you go look at May, we had already peaked in April. So we were on our way down into the bear market at that time. And that's why it did what it did when it went from so high to so low, because it had its momentum. But then the market being in turmoil confused it, and that's what it's great. And he made a really good point, pointing out that almost so many other cryptos do the same thing. So yeah, good video. Crypto scene is like Royal Rumble. Once you get tossed out, you're dead. Huh. Yeah, I know. I had a lot of people, leave my channel when I changed it, because it used to say I was in the top with all the other people, and now it just says I'm with like one person. Like who can be, I don't even know, collaborated with me or whatever I don't know what it's called. Made a bet on FTX the market. Oh yeah, so you were talking about FTX. They listed it early on the market, and that could have. I don't think he was saying that. I was thinking he was saying that's a good thing that they listed it early. That's how much momentum it had coming out the gate. That's why everybody thought that this was going to be the next Ethereum. Like at the time, why do you think people were paying $750? I mean, that's a good point. I just think that either you misunderstood or I misunderstood. We'd have to ask him. So why did the price skyrocket then drop? Because that's what all cryptos do. Not all, but a lot of cryptos do that, especially if they get listed when the prices of Bitcoin are actively going down. So that's what he was saying. So when it came down, Bitcoin was dropping. And so what happens after you peak? You can't sustain a level sideways or up when Bitcoin's going down. So what happens after it peaks from all the investors and everything, it starts to get that Bitcoin dredge, because Bitcoin controls the market by saying if Bitcoin goes down, no matter what, unless you are having your initial coin offering, which is kind of the only defense from a Bitcoin before you're actually listed completely on the market. I think that's why they did it the way it did. And maybe that is why the price went up so high, is because they did it like that. And that's good, though. That shows that price can go up there. And then what does it do? It goes down to a price where everybody can afford it now. I'm telling you, if ICP was at $750 a coin, I would have never been able to buy into it. I mean, it would have been like Bitcoin. I would have been collecting IC Toshis. What do you call them? IC Poshis? In IC Toshis? I don't know, man. Whatever you want to call them. But smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. And if you want to see me do one video a day for an hour, let me know in the comments. If you want to see me do 2 videos a day, each for a half hour, let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys want before I make my next move. And I want all of my people. So maybe I'll say this on a couple videos just to make sure you're all here. Because I know we have a lot of subscribers and followers. It just not all of us can be on at the same time. As you see from the videos in the chat, a lot of times some of us are on here and some of us aren't. But that's just the way, of life, right? Not everybody can be on here every hour of the day. That's kind of why I want to make them smaller videos so that we can do that. We talked a lot in this video, but sometimes that's good. And I really hope that you guys listen to the first part of this video that I was talking about. You can choose your own narrative. You can plan. So I never would have been successful in my life if I didn't open myself up to it again. So at some point in my life, I gave up on everything of a future, like of being successful. That's what I didn't like give up on life, but I gave up on a career, on being successful. Like I had migraines, I couldn't do anything. Like my body was failing me, and so I always thought that I could never have anything, and that was why I never had anything for that amount of time that I thought that. Because if you think it, you do it, you become it, you live that truth. So whatever you want your truth to be, I found my truth in God, and it changed my life, and it brought me into stuff like this. You think, well, why would God bring you to crypto? Because God wants us to do stuff that we're good at. He gave us talents, and he wants us to utilize it. So it doesn't mean everything you do is just bad. Oh, that's not what God wants. No, man, I think God actually is the reason that I am doing this. I think he's the whole reason that gave me the motivation and thought that I can do something with myself again after where I was at. I was making my videos with no bottom teeth. That's how much I believed in my dream, man. I didn't even let my teeth falling out stop me. And normally that would have been like, yeah, I'm not making videos with no bottom teeth, man. I don't want to get ridiculed and criticized. And, there was all sorts of mean comments people said, but it didn't bother me because I'm focused. Now, what bothered me is the YouTube attack, like when they bot attacked me, and when I don't think my channel's getting that. That's the one thing that really bothers me, and I'm getting over that. I'm learning how to, try to just make better videos. Like that's what I'm trying to do. But no matter how much time I spend on the video, it seems like the algorithm wants to place you in a place and keep you there until you like make a breakout from that place, and that's hard. That's hard. Not gonna lie. So, not like calling me Chris, who can just get 1 million subscribers or 6 million in a year. Not all of us are 6 million subscriber people in 1 year. Maybe in 10 years. But well, GN was a stable coin, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, futures. Futures is all about shorting the market. I've never seen a lot of futures aiming for a big high price because they know the market likes to go down more than it likes to go up. You're actually better to make a bet on a market going down when it's like this than going up. But you'll make more money when it goes up. That's the thing, depending on how much money you want to make. Okay, so I'm gonna get up early tomorrow. All right, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna try the 2 videos a day. That way we can connect. In the morning. I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna suck, but I'm gonna get up a little bit early, and we'll just do 2 videos a day. That way YouTube won't get mad at me for as long as I have like an hour a day. I think that's all that kind of matters to YouTube. I hope. Hope. Okay. So, all right, guys. That being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin.